Hey guys, this is the Demon Corpse, and today we'll be talking about when will Dragon Quest X come to North America. And I think this is something people have been questioning about for a long time. I think it's been since 20. I know Dragon Quest X was released on the Wii, but only in Japan only, and then I think it got released on the Wii U as well, maybe just because of backwards compatibility and all that stuff. I think the servers are offline for that version, so there's the PS4 version and the Switch, I believe. And I think it's on Steam. I don't really know how the region coding works for Steam as a whole, but maybe it is. I truly can't really give a good answer on that. Maybe it's not. But if you change your region, maybe you can get the game from Japan, but it's all in Japanese, so you're not going to really know what's going on. And then I believe a year ago they released an offline mode, and I was rather shocked by that. I was like, wow, that's cool. And they did change it a little to make it more like a single player type game, and I thought that was pretty impressive. And I was like, wow, that's cool. And then a couple of months later, when the game launched, and then well, a couple even more months later, I saw things on the internet that it's about to come out in the West, and I was kind of hyped. I'm like, oh, nice. And I guess we haven't heard anything yet. Maybe they're going to announce it soon, maybe. You never know. But I do think it will come soon at some point, maybe this year or maybe next year. Because I think Dragon Quest has become more popular than it usually was even years ago. I mean, years ago it wasn't as popular as it is now. And because of the artwork by Akira Toriyama, it is much more popular now than it ever been. I think ever since Dragon Quest 12 got released, and now it's on literally everything. And shockingly, the Xbox. That does shock me a lot. But what else? Yeah, it's gonna come out soon. I do think that. Will it come to Xbox? I think it will. I know people are saying, "Oh, it won't come out because Sony made some deals to make sure no game comes to Xbox." Actually, weirdly enough, I was on PlayAsia and there is one Square Enix title that's coming to Xbox. It's like a power wash simulator. I don't know what it is. It's like you're cleaning things and it's a simulator. I I know people like playing those games, so I'm like, okay, cool. We're getting a physical copy for all platforms. So I don't. I maybe it was only just the SquareSoft side. And I know this is going to confuse people a lot, but well, maybe I don't truly know at this point. But you also have to remember, Enix and SquareSoft, they used to be separate companies. Maybe the Enix branch has control of their own things, like with Bandai Namco. Like some places you go to, you look for like mech, like the little mech figures. It would say Bandai. It doesn't say Bandai Namco. I don't know why they don't put Namco, but I guess the Bandai likes to use still the original logo for Bandai. You can find out. You can look it up. It's interesting. But yeah, the mostly the two separate. They're both together as a company, but they kind of do their own things in some areas of their own market space. If you get what I mean. So it's kind of the same thing as Square Enix. So Enix kind of controls the Dragon Quest IP, and they kind of own the Star Ocean. They do own the Star Ocean IP. What am I saying? And the Valkyria Elise, the Valkyria Profile IP as well. That's owned by Enix as well. But the main IP is Dragon Quest as a whole for the Enix side of Square Enix. Squaresoft owns all the Final Fantasy, the Saga games. What else was owned? That's owned by. There's a lot of games owned by Squaresoft. But you don't see them use Squaresoft. It's Square Enix because they're both the same company now. But I think Sony is more interested in the Square, mostly the Final Fantasies, and I understand people saying, well, Valkyria was an exclusive, maybe because Sony saw some value and they gave the Enix branch of Square Enix a big share of money and just said, yeah, we want that game to be an exclusive. But weirdly enough, they did not make Star Ocean an exclusive. Don't know why, but even Star Ocean at one point was an exclusive on the PlayStation platform. So yeah, it's It's weird. I don't think Sony really cares about Star Ocean. I guess they must have saw Valkyria Elysium and they thought, hey, that's a game we want on our platform, and they made it an exclusive. For now, it may come to Xbox at some point. I don't truly know, but I'm just guessing. But I think even Dragon Quest, I don't think Sony really gives a crap about Dragon Quest because I think Nintendo owns a lot of shares, and Nintendo probably pays Square Enix a lot of money to put Dragon Quest on the Nintendo Switch, and I guess Xbox paid some form of money to get that game on Game Pass and shockingly enough, it got a physical release as well. So we may get Dragon Quest X on Xbox. You never know. They haven't announced it yet, so hey, let's hope for the best. Because it would actually kind of suck we didn't get Dragon Quest 10, but hell, there's still a whole bunch of there's like Dragon Quest 1 through 9, and even half of those games are worth a lot of money, though rather expensive, you could say. I've been somewhat blessed enough to get them for somewhat under $100 in some occasions, but Dragon Quest 5 is expensive. Oh my gosh, the thing's like 300 bucks. Man, I sure got when it was cheap still, but hey, yeah, learn from your mistakes. If I can get that game for under $100, maybe like $100, I'll be happy anyway. Cause like, it paid $100, so hey, I could sell for 200 and get my money back, or maybe 300, but it differs, you could say. But yeah, it could happen. You never know. Maybe this year or next year. But let's hope for the best. And like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support me, go to my Odyssey channel. And I'll see you guys in the next video. See you, scavengers.